Okay, we are going to get started. As always, if you have any questions, you can type it into the chat box and I can answer them as we go. Welcome to our very first art handbook virtual meeting. So this year we decided to have this early so that way we could explain all the policies up front before the audition so you would know exactly what to expect. Because our summer payments, our summer season, our season essentially starts in June. Because that season starts in June, we have a quick turnover time between auditions and the start of our season. And your first payment for the new art season is due in the beginning of June. So by having this early, we thought that way you could plan and make sure that you're ready for that and know what all is entailed in as being a part of Atlanta Rising Talent before we get to that first payment. So there are some changes. There's not a tremendous amount of changes, but there are some changes. We're trying to make the art company a little bit more high level, I would say. And so we're kind of evaluating what we're doing and making sure that that fits those goals. So let's dive in. So the hard copy books, if you have a digital copy on your computer, the hard copy handbooks will be in the studio starting on Thursday. But you can see my digital screen here, and we have table of contents going on. So right here is our mission. Our mission at ADC is that we educate to empower. So we want to help our students become the very best versions of themselves. And we do that by sharing our passion for dance and by infusing the goals that we feel that, and the goals and life lessons that we've learned through dance. And so we have new offerings this year as we move towards that specific goal. And so at a high level, our program looks like this. We have introductory classes for ages 5 through 11 and up who want to attend class 1 time per week, and they have a reduced curriculum right here. We have our core dance program, which is designed to include all of this curriculum, and dancers come 1 time or 2 times per week, depending on their age. And we've curated that progression so that it is what we feel is going to be the most beneficial for the students. We also have our Physio Jazz program, which is a specialized training ground for students with Down syndrome and other developmental disabilities. And for students who are seeking more than this, we have the art company. So the art company has more performance opportunities than any of the other groups, and it is intended to be an intensive program and a big commitment. We are divided into lots of different age levels that we know, and there is an audition required to be selected for the company. Here are the different divisions. So we have essentially 2 young divisions of micro, mini, and mini. We have 2 intermediate divisions, junior and teen, and then we have 2 advanced divisions, senior and artisan. And you can see those times there that they dance. And then micro, mini, and mini is 4 classes per week. The cost is 12 payments of $305. And for new members, it's $345 per month. And then juniors and teens, these are our hours here, 6 classes per week, 12 payments of $425 or $465 for new members. And senior artisan, these are our classes here, and 8 classes per week, 12 payments of $475 or $515 for new members. And teen, senior, and artisan can add additional aerial classes or an additional fee if they'd like. Aerial is actually included in the micro, mini, mini, and junior curriculum. But at the teen level, we switch to adding more ballet in place of that aerial. So what that cost includes, because it's all inclusive, what that includes is 2 what we're calling summer programs. So that we're going to go into what that means, but 2 of those, 32 scheduled weeks of classes, your choreography camp and those fees, 2 student evaluations, the supplemental parent guide syllabus that we're creating, a leotard that is custom for art that we are making and branding, ADC leggings, or if you are a male student, t-shirt and pants, all of our practice videos and music, your company photos, 2 costume rentals for Once Upon a Holiday, 4 to 6 costume rentals for art, depending on what level you're in and what your performance entails. And then all of our performance gear, t-shirts, videos, tickets, the artistry convention, the artistry exhibition, the Nouveau convention for junior, teen, senior artisan, additionally monthly master classes, extra performance opportunities, the art holiday party and banquet, weekly movement sessions, and extra fun surprises. So all of that is wrapped into one, and our goal is so we don't have to constantly, we don't have to constantly nag you for things that we know that you want. We don't have to, we can give everybody this great experience, and that your budget is set the same every week. And you can see the curriculum outlined here, micros and minis, ballet, tap, acro aerial, hip hop, and jazz. We haven't updated this, but it's hip hop and / jazz. Juniors, ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, acro aerial, and hip hop. Teen, ballet 2 times per week, tap, jazz, contemporary, and hip hop. And senior artisan, ballet 3 hours, probably going to be an hour and a half, 2 times per week, tap, jazz, contemporary, technique and flexibility, and hip hop. So for the auditions are coming up. There is one typo down here on the schedule. This should be May 16th. This is the Thursday, not Friday. So May 16th, 4:30 to 8:30 for ages 13 and up. May 20th is ages 10 to 12. That should be Monday. Tuesday, May 21st is our ages 5 and 6, and then our ages 7 to 9. And if you're interested in auditioning for Artisan, then you're required to present a solo on Wednesday, May 22nd from 4 to 6. In order to audition for Artisan, you must have 1 year of senior company, maintain good attendance within it, and create a 1-minute solo to a song that I have selected, which is Cathedrals by Jump Little Children. So your audition age group is determined of your age as of December 1st, 2019. Now, to register for the audition, you're going to do something specific, and I'm going to show you through it. We will do, let's see, this is all the regular. There's no changes here. We audition. You will do ballet, tap, jazz for minis or for the 2 youngest age groups, 5 to 6 and 7 to 9. For 10 to 12 and 13 and up, we do ballet, tap, jazz, and contemporary. So we'll score all the dancers within the audition, and then we will score all the dancers. Sorry, Nikki, I just saw your message. We'll score all the dancers in the audition, and then we will send you an email of the results of your specific dancer. You have 7 days to release your spot for company. We're going to assume that you want your spot in company since you auditioned for company. If you do not release that, then your account will be automatically set up that first week of June for you and your level. If you would like to release that spot, then you have that window of time to do that, and we have the exact dates that we can go over. Please note that the audition results are final. We will have a link when we send out those audition results for you to set up a meeting with us if you would like to discuss goals and what to work on over the summer. But we will not be changing our audition results, and we also will not be answering any information through email regarding the auditions. So if you do have questions, please set up a meeting with us. So to register for the audition, you are going to log into your parent portal on Dance Studio Pro or create an account if you haven't. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is my parent portal because Kaya Williamson, my dog, is registered at ADC. So she's taking the ballet intensive. So we're going to sign in, and we're actually going to click on tickets because the art audition was listed as an event, so not a class. So if you click on tickets, then you're going to scroll down because all of this is our recital ticketing, which you could take care of if you need to. And at the bottom are our auditions. It will say the date is May 17th, which is not true because, one, there's not even an audition on that date, but that is the start date of the audition, so it'll change that. So that's fine. That's what you need. Even if you are auditioning on the 21st or the 22nd, that's fine. So you will say purchase tickets for art company audition. You will select one, and then you'll put in your name. So let's say here I am. I'm going to audition You'll put in your email and you'll put in your phone, and then you'll update order, and it'll take you to checkout, and you'll be all set. So it doesn't matter that this is the date. This was intended to be the start date of our audition, but we'll adjust it to the 16th, which is really our start date, but that's how you register. By registering for the audition, then you are also agreeing to the handbook policies here that we have outlined. So make sure that you agree before you sign up for that. Okay, so again, these are all the steps I just talked about here. Okay, next is our season highlights. So we have our ballet intensive, which is actually not required for teens. It is, though that is a typo. It is required for seniors and artisan, and it is included in their fees already. For teen, it is highly recommended, so you could use that as one of your summer programs if you would like to do that. But if you do not want to take that as a teen, then you do not have to. It's highly recommended for juniors and teens. If you would like to audition for a lead role in Once Upon a Holiday, then there's the date there, choreography camp dates. We do not have a lot of these dates yet because we're still finalizing things with BT, but we gave you a general idea. So our fall festival for St. Peter Chanel and our launch party is usually in September. Youth Day Parade in October, Artistry Convention weekend there. Micro Minis will actually participate in one day as well of that convention, so you'll get more details. All of the art company will be participating a little in that convention. Once Upon a Holiday, we hope to have these dates, but we are not sure because BT has not finalized our contract yet. Art Holiday Party, Nouveau, Exhibition, Micro Minis will also be doing a little bit in this exhibition. We've got a few mandatory rehearsals as we lead to Gala, and Gala's in April, recital April, May, and then our auditions again. So once we are able to finalize with BT, they're going through some administrative changes that they're not able to focus on their theater schedule at this moment. But once they can and they give us finalized dates, then we will be re-releasing this calendar for you. Please note that all these events are required for art and the fees are already included in your tuition. Okay, for contact information, you can always reach us here at office@atlantadancecentral.com. If you have a specific balance question, Megan will be handling that, so you can reach out to Megan. Caitlin will be handling marketing opportunities and school donations, so you could reach out directly to her. And then I handle any like major schedule conflicts or questions. I'm not the best at email, as we all know, so it's probably better to just give me a call or to set up a phone meeting with me through email, because emailing back and forth just isn't my forte. We will be able to release more information through our parent portal on Dance Studio Pro, so we will have everything in one place, and we'll be updating you as we go with that. So, company technique class. A more detailed schedule will be released in August, outlining exactly which classes you're doing, which times that are listed on your schedule, but for now you have the skeleton of that. All of those classes are required, and they'll attend class with their company group. If you would like to take additional classes, you can do so through the art program, either above your level or below your level. For instance, if you're in teen, then you could take a senior company class or a junior company class. There will be additional opportunities to get more training, for instance, being a student demonstrator or deep dive dance blocks or some other things. And those kind of extracurricular opportunities will be released in June. So more things will be coming out to you. Aerial dance is included in the micro, mini, and junior curriculum. If teen, senior, and artisan dancers wish to continue, then they should enroll in advanced aerial. And the all-inclusive tuition addition to their month is $130 at 10 installments. But for the 2019-2020 season, to get us into that, art members receive a 50% discount for this program. So summer study. 2 ADC summer study programs are included in your art tuition. You can reserve them by filling out the Google form at the following link, and it looks like this. So one program is either 1 technique week, summer camp, 1 aerial monthly session, 3 private lessons, or the ballet intensive if you are not in senior and artisan. So you'll use this form to reserve your space. If you select more than 2 programs, you'll be charged for the additional programs that first week of June with your art tuition. And we'll do our best to accommodate everyone's request, but it is first come, first serve. So if you know what you want, then go ahead and fill this out. Senior and artisan dancers, do not select ballet intensive as one of your programs, as it's an additional requirement and already included in your tuition. So you'll see it has dancer's name, email, and then you just check the boxes for the ones you want. This is all the beginner dance. This is all the youth summer camps. This is all the intermediate advanced dance programs. And there's a place for other in case there's something that I've missed. And then you'll submit that, and then we'll handle that on our end. You'll get a confirmation that says, we've got you in your camps. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and do this now. It is set up and ready to receive results if you know what you would like. If you have already reserved your spot in the youth summer camp or technique week and you don't want to take additional ones, then you'll receive a credit for the amount that you've already paid, and that will be applied to your first installment of art tuition. All right, choreography camp. Our exact choreography camp schedule will be released in July. The dancers are required to attend the choreography camp in August in order to learn their choreography for the season. We don't have regular class, we have that choreography camp schedule. During that, we'll also have some what we call our life lessons workshop, where we'll be diving into some goal setting, team building, and some also important information that we'll be using in class. As for repertoire, our junior, teen, senior, and artisan company members will learn 6 pieces: ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, hip hop, and production. Our micro, mini, and mini company members will learn 4 pieces: ballet, jazz, tap, and acro aerial. All of this is standard stuff. The choreography is property of Atlanta Dance Central. Please don't teach it to others or use it outside without our permission. Our attendance policy is the same, mostly. We've just tweaked it slightly. So we do have an attendance policy in order to make sure that everyone is prepared and that we're upholding a high level within our program. Our biggest challenge is when dancers miss choreography. So when they miss learning choreography, either in rehearsal or within class, they have until the next rehearsal to learn what they missed. If they can do that by meeting with a friend, learning it off of our rehearsal video, any of those things. If this does not occur, then the choreographer will require the dancer to book a private lesson with them to get caught up. This could be shared with multiple dancers if multiple dancers missed that rehearsal and they need to learn the same material. Our standard private lessons rates apply to this. This is just because we had a very big issue with this year, and we need to make sure that that we don't have time to go back and reteach everything to all the people all the time. So we want to make sure that we can keep moving forward in those classes and that they're productive for those people that do come to class. So the other absence policy is here. So this is a very generous absence policy, and absences are counted per style. So a 2-hour ballet class or a 1.5-hour jazz class will still just count as 1 absence. It's not per hour. But we highly recommend making up your absences each time you miss rather than letting them accumulate. So dancers should be proactive in that. If there's a special emergency situation, please contact me to set up a meeting regarding that special circumstance, because excessive absences, even if they're excused, can result in dismissal from Atlanta Rising Talent. Dress code. Dancers are expected to dress appropriately for class and rehearsal. This is a particular issue because people love wearing big t-shirts, and we don't like big t-shirts in dance class when we're trying to see your body. So what we have created is a policy that kind of allows mistakes to happen but allows us to recover from our mistakes. So students who don't have correct dress code, you get 1 freebie, and after that, if you don't have correct dress code, you'll be asked to check out what we're calling a dress code pack at the front desk. The dancers will have 2 weeks to wash and return the pack to us. Otherwise, the parent count will be charged for that. We want to enforce that dress for success mentality. If you're not dressed right, you're not going to perform your best. And also, if you're not dressing the part, the perception of other people is going to be negative. So we want to kind of start infusing that idea that how we dress and present ourselves matters, because it does in the real world. So, tardiness and leaving early. If you need to leave early, please let your teacher know at the beginning of class so they can plan. And if you do arrive tardy to a class, please prepare outside the room and enter the class quietly, so as a courtesy to dancers and teachers. Dancers who arrive over 30 minutes late will be asked to watch and warm up until it's safe to join class. If we've already progressed through a warm up, especially in an acro aerial class, then it's not safe to just jump in on one of those apparatuses. That is at the discretion of your teacher. So our rehearsals, we kind of talked about the importance of being in a rehearsal and the additional private lesson requirement if dancers are not able to learn the choreography on their own. If you do know that there's rehearsal days that you are going to miss, letting me know is always appreciated, because we can kind of plan ahead, especially with what we prioritize for that day. So please go ahead and email those to office really is the best, and they can add it to our calendar. Rehearsal dress code needs to also be appropriate. We do not want baggy shorts or sweatpants or pajama pants or large t-shirts during this time. So dancers should be prepared to remove that and actually have a leotard, tights, and dance shorts or leggings if requested by the choreographer. And we've always said that, but we are going to really be serious about it moving forward, because it's something that we really want to up level. Dancers should make sure they bring all shoes to rehearsals, and your hair should be pulled back in a ponytail or bun off of your face. We do have several mandatory rehearsals prior to the performances that are very important. If you miss that, then you may not be permitted to perform. We may make some exceptions due to contagious illness. We don't want everyone to get strep throat, certain family emergencies. So please take note of those scheduled rehearsals, those extra big long ones, and make sure to mark them on your calendar. We are having a more standard Saturday rehearsal schedule of 2 to 4 junior and teens, 4 to 6 senior artisan, and we might combine that if we need to rehearse something that is a combined piece, but that's kind of going to be our basic Saturday rehearsal schedule for you to be able to plan. Okay. Our class dress code policy. So dancers should prepare one outfit for the entire day. We have lots of dancers that spend 10 to 15 minutes changing for the next dance class when they should just be in dance class. So we're trying to cut down on that change time, and really professional dancers and advanced dancers know how to layer and change and add things. We don't need to be changing entire outfits. So a base leotard is required underneath things. Leggings and shorts can be swapped with a ballet skirt quickly and easily. Dancers will receive a beautiful art leotard in a custom color that's only for art, that has a beautiful ADC branded logo on it. It's very beautiful. And also leggings that have ADC on it as well. This is included in your tuition. All female members of ADC must be able to pull their hair back into neat, clean, slick buns without bangs. If you need directions on how to do a bun, there is under our video tab on our YouTube channel, there is directions there. We would really like for dancers to not wear any jewelry in classes and rehearsals. Why? They break and fall over the place. They rip the silks, which makes the silks dangerous. They cut each other, they cut themselves, all of those things. Watches is kind of a new one, because now we're moving to smart watches. So now we're getting notifications on our watch in class, and we'd really like to protect the sacredness of the space and keep that a cell phone free zone. So we're going to ask them to remove their watches as well. So this is all for safety, and also to, like I said, to maintain that sacredness of the space. Ballet dress code is listed here. This is not any different. Jazz and acro is listed here. Leotard and leggings or shorts or tights with that. Tap here. Now there's one difference. From here, we want to change to have the micro minis, and juniors all on these black split sole tap shoes. And we are in conversations, our teachers are in conversations on what's going to be the best progression of tap shoes here for further education, for pedagogy reasons. So if you need to buy new tap shoes, then please hold off on doing that. We're going to send an update probably in July with our choreography camp schedule to let you know exactly what that tap needs are, because we're kind of in flux with that. Modern and aerial are listed there. Hip hop, you do get to wear baggy pants and shirts for hip hop. Yay! And boys. And like we said, dancers are allowed one freebie of not dressed properly in class per semester. And after that freebie, they must check out a dress code pack. Dress for success in the classroom, please. All right, required personal items. These are outside of the class dress code. Excuse me. Some items will just be listed as a potential option, so wait on that item to purchase it because it kind of depends on our costumes. So this black company leotard is the one that we've had for a long time. It's a great leotard because the back has straps so that it can go under most costumes and not be seen, or can be worn at events and things like that. We are not going to be branding this black company leotard, so it can be a black base, a solid black base when dancers need that. So if you already have this, then you're good to go. If you don't have it, then that's what that is. And yeah, you can read those things through there. Stage makeup requirements. So makeup items are actually included in the new member package. That's why there's an increased fee there. It's the makeup, and also jacket, sweatpants, and bag and garment bag are all included in the new member package. So you get those automatically, don't have to worry about ordering them. If you need to add supplemental things, current dancers that need some new makeup, you can place that order through August 1st with the office. Just have to let them know what they need. It is the same makeup design for all levels, so our goal is that you won't have to purchase new makeup as you go through unless you run out of things. And this is what all that makeup entails. If you're joining at a micro, mini, or mini level, you don't usually use these eyelashes. You don't. You might not use this lip pencil, but we're still going to order it all for you so you have it when you need it as you move through art. You will need to purchase this extra application necessities to put on the makeup. It's very beautiful Natalie right here. And then there also is a video on how to put on the makeup on our website, on our YouTube channel as well. There's a hairstyle for class. The hair tutorial is right here. I'm sorry, for performances. Your hair can be pulled back for class, but this is the proper hairstyle for photo shoots and performances. This is kind of the things that you'll need for that. Cute bun covers right here. Performances and costumes. So these are rules that apply to our costumes and performances to keep them nice. We really take a lot of care in purchasing and creating our costumes. There's a lot of detailed work that goes into it, including finding the appropriate headpiece, creating that, ironing it if it's needed. Very extreme detail really is being taken. And so it's very important to us that dancers care for their costumes the same way that we have been caring for it, because we do think that the details make a difference. All right, artistry exhibition performance. So all of our dancers will be invited and be performing at our exhibition performance. This is an adjudicated performance by faculty members of the artistry convention. So we invite for the convention dancers and master teachers throughout the nation to come work with our dancers. And then for the exhibition, we invite some of them back in order to critique us. And that way we can use this feedback in class to prepare the students for art gala and get more information on performance quality and expression. Dancers are required to attend the artistry exhibition. There's no exceptions made for extracurricular activities or family vacations. The only exceptions are made for family emergencies, illness, and injury. Failure to perform at the exhibition may result in dismissal from art. We have what we call these extracurricular programs now for art. So that would include solo duets and trios. Members juniors and up could do one of those options. The student choreography program, which provides students the opportunity to learn and develop choreographic skills and artistry. The teacher training program, which is a way for students to learn how to become a teacher. And there's a few other ones that are going to be released in June. Our deep dive dance blocks, our student demonstrator program, and then the rebranding of our pre-pro program. Dance captains will still be having dance captains, 2 for mini, 2 for junior, 2 for teen, 2 for senior, and 2 for artisan. And the captains are responsible for the following, and they are voted upon by their peers during choreography camp. We divide our art company into 6 groups, and then within those groups we overlap and give them a bigger little brother or sister that connects our groups, and that is intended to kind of help support each other throughout the season. So these are kind of addressing what that is about. We'll still have 1 parent representative for each of our levels. And this is what their responsibility are. They help coordinate those parents, make sure everybody knows what's going on, and that nobody has any questions, and that everyone is where they need to be. We do have some tuition offset programs. We've done the mixed bag fundraiser the past few years. We do have work study for students ages 16 and older, and our art scholarship fund. You should contact me directly for information about work study or scholarship fund. Okay, our conduct. All dancers should conduct themselves in a manner that's above reproach. We are going to be going over this code of conduct in our choreography camp and our first lesson, so we all know what the expectations are in and outside the classroom. But these are our basic on where we build our guidelines. So we like this one. Dancers are expected to work together and value each other's opinions and take turns in leadership. We like this one. Dancers are expected to respect their own bodies, value their uniqueness, and make healthy decisions. And we also expect that dancers set goals for themselves and strive to achieve them, et cetera, et cetera. So these are all things, and we're looking at creative ways. We have a few more that we're adding to this, but we're looking at creative ways to teach these in the classroom that makes it more than just a list of rules, because I think that this is one step to becoming best versions of ourselves. So as for parents are still considered representation of Atlanta Dance Central, and we appreciate that all parents make continuous efforts to support all dancers. We also request that parents refrain from conduct and activities that could reflect negatively on ADC. And we at ADC understand that mistakes happen and treat our families with empathy and understanding, and we expect the same in return. We have not had to put someone on probation in a very long time, but if your dancer is put on probation, then he or she must continue to follow the rules and regulations of Atlanta Rising Talent. They're under strict supervision and they're not permitted to perform. It's not a good thing, so let's not get put on probation. Also, commitment, like we said, Atlanta Rising Talent is a serious commitment. It's more serious now with the way that we have designed our programming. There are options if you do not want this serious of a commitment and still want to have that overall training and perform a lot. But if you want to perform the most and you want something that is most serious, then this is the commitment. Once you've committed to art, then we do require that you make it your first commitment. So other things, other classes and rehearsals and performances and school extracurriculars it must come below art. And excessive absences will not be tolerated. This is our email policy. If you have an email that you would like to disperse to the company members, it must be pre-approved by the office. Please send it to office@atlantadancecentral.com and we can send that out. Lots of times there's questions on point prerequisite requirements, and here's some information that Miss Marianne put together that answers those questions. Yes, dancers are dancing on their toes, and if we do this too early, then this can cause injury and deform their feet. So we are very conservative with the way that we approach this aspect of dancing. Social media, like I said, this classroom is a cell phone free zone. We want it to keep it that way. It's a unique space that we can detach and disconnect. And I think that there's very few places where kids can do that right now, especially when their homework is online as well. So please help us respect that. In terms of posting on social media, we at ADC monitor what children post, and make sure that you're using it appropriately. If they're not, we'll ask them to correct that behavior, and if they won't do that, then we will eventually call a parent conference and put that child on probation. Here's some social media tips, especially if your child is just approaching that age where they're starting social media, and more strategies about social media. And then here's the nitty-gritty tuition policies. So our tuition is 12 installments, all inclusive, starts in June and ends in May. The first installment is due the beginning of June. It says June 1st, but really it's not going to go to your card until that first week of June, because we can't set everyone up right on the 1st. So expect the first week of June. Clients who choose to participate in art are committed financially for 12 months. We have no refunds of installments. In order to enroll, you must create a Dance Studio Pro account and enroll in auto pay, so you'll provide a valid credit or debit card or bank account at the time of registration. Tuition will be run on the first Wednesday of each month, so it won't necessarily be February 1st, but instead the first Wednesday of February. Should your auto pay fail due to the decline of the card on file, then the clients need to provide a new valid credit or debit card within 7 days. On the 8th day, a $20 late fee is applicable and may be applied to your account, and also we reserve the right to refuse class to your student. Items or services included in the all-inclusive tuition package but not yet received or forfeited. Clients who desire to pay by alternative methods such as check must submit a standard payment exemption request for review and approval by the director. If you would like to break it up into 2 payments per month, this would be what you would also submit. The standard payment exemption request form, you can get that at the front desk. There are no refunds made for missed classes. In the event of a class cancellation, ADC will provide an appropriate makeup class, and it might not match your regular class schedule or structure, but we will provide that class. Classes missed in the art company due to personal reasons may be made up within art program. No approval is needed for that. ADC accounts with an outstanding negative balance must be paid in full in order to be eligible for registration in an enrollment class or the scheduling of a service. That would mean summer camp, private lessons, any of those things would be scheduling of service or enrollment class. Exception may be made to any client on director approved payment plan. Other services, including but not limited to, are dance blocks, summer camps, private lessons. All of these are paid in full at time of registration or scheduling. And for the cancellation of services by the client, if you need to cancel, then you must provide to this office staff or faculty member, if it's a private lesson, the cancellation notice 7 days prior to the first scheduled service to ensure a refund. Private lessons would be 48 hours. But for instance, if you would like to cancel a summer camp, then we need that cancellation 7 days prior to the start of the summer camp in order to ensure a refund. Product store items may be returned or exchanged in unused condition within 6 months of purchase. Items included in the all-inclusive tuition package may not be returned for monetary value, but may be exchanged for another size of the same item. So if you need a large and you need a medium, we can do that. There'll be no prorates, exclusions, or returns for unused or unwanted items or services included in the all-inclusive tuition package. And ADC coupons and discount rates may only be applied to the purchase of store items and may not be applied to services or tuition. So what's next? This is our checklist of important summer dates. So the first thing to do is to register for the art audition, and that is through Dance Studio Pro. Then we have art auditions, which is the 16th through the 22nd. Those art audition results will be released through email on May 28th. Please note that May 28th through June 2nd, ADC is closed for holidays, so we will not be able to meet, answer email, or answer phone calls. There will be a link in this email for you to set up a meeting if you would like to. The week of June 3rd, art accounts will be set up and the first installment will be charged at that point. Mid-June, information on deep dive dance blocks and other extracurricular opportunities that will be released, and our application for student demonstrator spots will be open. Mid-July, our choreography camp schedule will be released, as well as our updated list for those tap shoes that we need. August, we have our detailed technique schedules released and choreography camp begins, and then we have our regular technique classes beginning in September. And ta-da, that's the end. So I am available for questions. Looks like we have about 15 minutes for questions. Okay, let's see. Michelle, I don't see your whole question. If kids go back to school August 1st, what does that mean? I don't see the first part of the question.
Charlotte, are we on mute? Can you hear me?
Oh, how will they do camps if they go back to school August 1st? The choreography camp, is that what you mean, Michelle? The choreography camp, choreography camp is after school hours. So it is, we call it choreography camp, but essentially from 4 until 8. But kids that are in middle school, we know can't get here till later. Morgan is asking, can the private lesson options included in tuition be put towards learning a solo? Let me think about that, Morgan. Let me consider that, because I need to consider that. That's a good question. Dina, will all dancers get new art jacket, pants, etc.? No, all the dancers will not get new stuff. That is built into that new member cost. That's, I think it's about $40 more from the regular tuition. If you need a new one, we can order that. Yeah, just contact the office by August 1st. And we'll remind you. Hello, Allison. Thanks for saying hi. Let me make that note for Morgan to check on that. Think through that. Okay, like gala, can we add recital tickets to the art package? Yes, so you will receive 2 recital tickets and gala tickets and Once Upon a Holiday tickets within your art tuition. Does that answer your question, Allison? Great, okay, good. Dina, do you have the dates for art exhibition? Unfortunately, I don't. I'm super bummed because it's really challenging to with BT to try to get that, but I'm hoping as soon as I have the list of dates, I'm going to send it out. I'm trying for that beginning of March time, into February, beginning of March, but I do not have the date for exhibition yet because that involves the theater. Nikki, just to clarify, if we do not have an art jacket, is that included in the fee? It is not, because we are going forward. The new members have to pay more in order to have that included in their fee, as well as the makeup. So if you don't have that and you do want to have that, then we will place an order for that. See, Sanders High School doesn't arrive home until 5 some days. When we know about choreography times in August, and will the older girls be practicing later? Yes, Wendy, the older girls will be practicing later. Many of the middle schoolers can't get here till 5:30. But let me make that note, because sometimes we do think that the high schoolers can get here earlier, and Sanders High School doesn't. So let me make that note, because that's important information to know. Okay, great. Good questions. Brandy, will there be a parent volunteer credit? Great question, Brandy. So we are revamping our volunteer program, and you will notice that there's not necessarily a volunteer requirement built into this handbook. So we did not add the deposit, and we will not be adding the credit. We are in the process of developing what that parent volunteer program looks like for those people who want to be a part of that. So that is going to actually open to the entire studio, and our goal is to get people doing something that they love and being a part of our community in a way that they really adore. So there is not going to be a parent volunteer credit, because there's actually not a parent volunteer requirement or deposit. Michelle, sorry I was in car early. Are there weeks in June and July that kids need to be at the studio? No, the only required things are in August for choreography camp. June and July is open. You pick your program, you pick your weeks, you pick your things. One other thing to note is for those older students who have a problem attending a full technique week because they have work requirements and they don't get out of work until 5, we are allowing them to do to change their technique week into 10 drop-in classes. So if that is something that you want to do, senior artisan students, then you can put that in other 10 drop-in classes, and we will do that as we go. Okay, great, Wendy. Yeah, just let me know about timing after you know, and then I can work that in. Will the volunteer need to go through the portal, or will it still be the Sign Up Genius? I'm not sure, Nikki. We have not figured out how that volunteer program will go, but the parent portal does have a space to volunteer, which is pretty cool. So we are trying to use our new software system, which is one of the reasons that we went there. We're trying to use it to its maximum ability and keep everything in one place for you. So you may have noticed, I know you did, that some of our Google calendars disappeared from the website, but the art calendar stayed. We are revamping our significant use of Google Calendar. We will keep the art Google Calendar up for events, but we are trying to pull back on having 16 million Google Calendars on our website. So that's kind of in flux. So Dance Studio Pro, as we release new things and build more things onto that, you can expect to get more emails from me on how to use the parent portal, where to find things. All the music is going to be held on that. Our rehearsal videos could potentially be held on that, but we're not sure how that looks. All of those things. So it's very, very cool. We're very, very excited about it. Brandy, is the summer requirement form a Google form? Do I need to be logged into the dance portal? It is a Google form. Let me make sure that that the link sharing is on, because that is something that often happens with me particularly. Let's see. I did this. Wait a minute. Well, I'll look into that. If you can't access it, then I need to fix that. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll look at it real quick. But you should not have to be logged into the portal to see it. It is a Google form. Other questions? Ah, here we go. That's the one. Now, should be good to go here. Okay, if you don't have any questions, if you can just type in, I'm good, I understand, then I can wrap up the meeting. We'll be good to go. Cool, thanks, Dina. Brandy, try to access it again if you don't mind. I changed that setting, so hopefully it will happen. Is there an orientation next week, Nikki? No, I'm not sure I understand your question. This is the handbook orientation for art. There's not one next week. Okay, all good, great. Last question. No, do they keep the same big sisters year to year? No, they'll get a new one. So they'll have a new big sister or big brother. You just saw something on the chat about orientation. Oh, hi, Jeremy. Wendy was talking about Sanders School orientation. Thank you, Jeremy. I'm glad you're looking at my Zoom call. Okay, great. Nikki is all good. Okay, excellent. Well, we are really excited about next year and all of the new things that our new curriculum will bring to our students. And like I said, regarding the shoes, hold off if you need any new shoes. Just wait, because we are in the process of researching the very best shoes for our dancers and up-leveling that. So that regarding tap shoes, regarding jazz shoes even, and all that. So just try to hold off on buying new shoes until we get we've ordered like sample sizes of shoes at this point. So still we get that straightened out, and we'll let you know when we do. Okay, thank you, and we look forward to seeing your dancer at the audition. Bye-bye.